이거 보려고 장병을 들고 와서. 그냥 밥먹으러 갔어요. 자료를 남겨놔서 거기다 저기서 명소였어.
The monastics of 봉녕사승가대학 University will be demonstrating the 발우공양, a formal monastic view in Korean Buddhist tradition. They are bringing to the stage the Chonsu chagan, which holds the clear water used to rinse the baru bowls, the rice pot filled with warm rice, the sungryung chagan with the boiled rice water to wash the bowls, and the assorted trade of side dishes they eat with their usual meal, such as kimchi, grilled tofu, seasoned greens, pickles, and vegetable stew. The baru, which is one of the few things that monastics can own along with their robes, is called patra in Sanskrit. It refers to a bowl to hold the right amount of food for the monastics. In traditional Korean temple, the food is prepared with as much care as the offerings to the Buddha. We make it using seasonal ingredients without animal products or the 5 pungent spices. It is shared equally through 발우공양. There is a strict order and method when performing 발우공양. All participants refrain from speaking and eat while reciting gatha to the rhythm of the bamboo stick and ruminating on the spirit and value of the 발우공양. The monastic of 봉녕사승가대학 University will now begin demonstrating the traditional 발우공양 of Korean Buddhism. 발우공양 begins with the gatha of remembering the Buddha's grace, that is 불응장기계, and the gatha of laying out the bowls, that is 전발계. Before laying out the bowls, we think of the sacred land in which the Buddha was born, attained enlightenment, preached the Dharma, and passed away. This is not merely thinking about the place, but remembering the great life process that the Buddha showed us from the moment of his birth to his death. After that, with the words, I now receive and lay out the Buddha's bowls, and hope that the sentient beings and the 3 wills all become empty and tranquil. We recite the gatha of the laying out bowls and think of how the offering giver, the recipient, and the offering itself are all empty and tranquil. In Korean Buddhism, monastics use a 4-piece baru, in which 4 bowls of different sizes are stacked within one another. First, we open the ballam, which monastics used to carry around their bowls, and take the bowls out. Then we unfold the baldan, which serves as a small tablecloth. We place the oshibaru for the rice, gukbaru for the soup, chonsubaru for the water and spoon, and chambaru for the side dishes. The balgan of white cloth used to wipe the bowl is folded neatly within the pouch with a spoon and chopsticks and placed above the balge on the right side. Once the bowl has been laid out, we recite the Buddhas of the 3 periods, their teachings, and the names of the Mahayana Bodhisattva, that is 10연불. After reciting the chanting for 10 Buddhas and hitting the bamboo stick once, the distribution of food, that is hanging, begins with the elder monastics. First, we pour the clean water from the chonsuchagan into the rice bowl, that is oshibaru, and pour in each of the bowls in turn. Afterwards, receive the rice in the rice bowl. The food distributor presses the rice into shape lightly with a spatula and returns the rice bowl with both hands. Those who have received their rice also take the side dishes and soup prepared on the tray in their own soup bowls, that is kukbaru, and dish bowls, that is chanbaru, respectively. The elder monastics and younger monastics are served the same dishes without discrimination, using a shared spoon to take only as much as they will eat. Through this process, we can see the spirit of equality and cleanliness of the 발우공양, as well as a consideration for others who have a meal together. After distribution of food finished, it is time for the adding and lessening of rice, that is kaban and kamban. If you think the amount of rice you have been given is too much or too little, you can add some more or scoop some out. After concluding the food distribution and hitting the bamboo stick once, we hold the rice bowl at eyebrow level and recite the gatha of holding up the bowl, that is 봉가에게, and the gatha of thinking on the 5 contemplations, that is 오간 풍명계. Contemplations mean, first, where this food comes from. Second, how much merit did it take for this food to come to me? Third, may I be worthy to receive it? Fourth, may I renounce all the greed of my mind? Fifth, I take this food only to sustain my body and attain enlightenment. After reciting the gathas, we set aside some food for the hungry beings of the 10 directions. With a small utensil made of bamboo, we take 4 to 7 grains of rice or a finger joint's length of noodle and place it on top of the white cloth, 발건, and then we recite 출생계. We make the mudra of the heavenly nectar that is Kamloin and recite the gatha of birth that is Chusenge to make an offering to the sentient being of the 10 directions. After this offering, we strike the bamboo stick 3 times, put our hands together and bow slightly before beginning to eat. First, we take a piece of radish or kimchi to use when wiping the bowl with boiled rice tea, sunyu. Wash it in the Korean soup and place it in the bowl. While eating, we do not forget the spirit of 발우공양. I will this food and practice all the meditations, cut off all evil, and wish for all sentient beings to attain the highest level of Buddhahood. When eating, we do not look around and we do not distinguish between good and bad food. We are careful not to make sounds while chewing food or drinking soup, or making noises by clinking spoons or cracking against the bowls. During 발우공양, the movements of lifting the spoon and bowl, and the whole process of being fully aware of the taste or texture of the rice and side dishes are all a part of practice. 발우공양 is a ritual of practice to attain enlightenment. 발우공양 is an eco-friendly way of eating that values life and the environment. 발우공양 is an equal way of eating that practices compassion. After we are done eating, we pour the hot rice tea sungyu into the rice bowl. And take the piece of radish or kimchi that we set aside and use it to wipe down the bowl. Once the meal is over, we set the trays of side dishes outside the mat. Then you pour the clear water that is chansu into the bowl and rinse it thoroughly with our hands. We wipe the spoons and bowls completely dry with the white towel. Now you're watching, I'm reading again. The paru, which is one of the few things the monastics can own along with their robes, is called patra in Sanskrit, and refers to a bowl to hold the right amount of food for the monastics. In traditional Korean temples, the food is prepared with as much care as the offerings to the Buddha. We make it using seasonal ingredients without animal products or the 5 pungent spices. It is shared equally through 발우공양. There is a strict order and method when performing 발우공양. All participants refrain from speaking, and eat while reciting gathas to the rhythm of the bamboo stick and ruminating on the spirit and value of the 발우공양. When the bamboo stick strikes once, we gather the clear water chunsu used to rinse the bowls from the younger monastics first. When pouring the water into the pot, we make sure not to make any noise and are careful not to let even a single grain of red pepper powder mix in with the water. Since the water used to rinse the bowls will be transferred to the hungry sentient beings known as agi, that is hungry ghost, with a throat as small as the eyes of a needle. We make sure not even a smallest piece of food is washed into the water. We make the mudra of the heavenly nectar and recite the gatha of finishing the water without 절수 상념계. 절수 상념계 means the water used to wash this bowl tastes like the sweet nectar from heaven. I give this to the hungry ghost so that all may be full. We wipe the water from the bowls and stack them back together as they were before. In this way, there is no need to wash the dishes separately in 발우공양. Thus, it is clean and environmental from beginning to end. Lastly, we finish eating by reciting the gatha of finishing the meal in thought. It is 식필 상념계. Once we have finished reciting, we hold the bowls with both hands and stand up at the sound of the bamboo stick, and finish the 발우공양 by putting the bowls into the 발우 cabinet in an orderly manner. This temple food made with care as if offering them to Buddha himself, using natural condiments and seasonal ingredients without adding animal products or the 5 pungent spices, namely green onions, garlic, chives, wild chives, and asafoetida. It is transferred to all the sentient beings of the Dharma realm in equality and purity through 발우공양. To monastics, food is not simply that which is eaten to satisfy one's hunger. It is medicine that sustains the body. It is life and energy for practice. 발우공양, which began with the Shakyamuni Buddha, contains the very spirit of being a monastic. Every time they lay out the bowls, the practitioners realizes the reason and purpose of life, live poor but honest and sharing. It establishes the bodhisattva goal of attaining enlightenment and saving all beings. 발우공양 itself is a sacred practice, a ritual, and a Buddhist food philosophy that sustains the body and purifies the soul. This concludes the demonstrations of 발우공양 by the monastics of 봉녕사승가대학 University. Thank you. The monastics of 봉녕사승가대학 University will be demonstrating the 발우공양, a formal monastic meal in Korean Buddhist tradition. They are bringing to the stage the 천수 차관, which holds the clear water used to rinse the 발우 bowls, the rice pot filled with warm rice, the 숭늉 차관 with the boiled rice water to wash the bowls, and the assorted tray of side dishes they eat with their usual meal, such as kimchi, grilled tofu, seasoned greens, pickles, and vegetable stew. The 발우, which is one of the few things that monastics can own along with their robes, is called patra in Sanskrit. It refers to a bowl to hold the right homage to the Buddha. We make it using seasonal ingredients without animal products or the 5 pungent spices. It is shared equally through 발우공양. There is a strict order and method when performing 발우공양. All participants refrain from speaking and eat while reciting gatha to the rhythm of the bamboo stick and ruminating on the spirit and value of the 발우공양. The monastics of 봉녕사승가대학 University will now begin demonstrating the traditional 발우공양 of Korean Buddhism. 발우공양 begins with the gatha of remembering the Buddha's grace, that is 불운 상기계, and the gatha of laying out the bowls, that is 전발계. Before laying out the bowls, we think of the sacred lands in which the Buddha was born, attained showed us from the moment of his birth to his death. After that, with the words, I now receive and lay out the Buddha's bowls, and hope that the sentient beings and the 3 wills all become empty and tranquil. We recite the gatha of laying out bowls and think of how the offering giver, the recipient, and the offering itself are all empty and tranquil. In Korean Buddhism, monastics use a 4-piece 발우, in which 4 bowls of different sizes are stacked within one another. First, we open the ballang, which monastics used to carry around their bowls, and take the bowls out. Baru for the rice, gukbaru for the soup, chansubaru for the water and spoon, and chanbaru for the side dishes. The balgon, a white cloth used to wipe the bowl, is folded neatly with the pouch with the spoon and chopsticks and placed above the balge on the right side. Once the bowl have been laid out, we recite the Buddhas of the three periods, their teachings, and the names of the Mahayana Bodhisattva, that is 십념불. Pour the clean water from the chansucharan into the rice bowl, that is oshibaru, and pour in each of the bowls in turn. Afterwards, receive the rice in the rice bowl. The food distributor presses the rice into shape lightly. Dishes and soup prepared on the tray in their own soup bowls, that is gukbaru, and dish bowls, that is chanbaru, respectively. The elder monastics and younger monastics are served the same dishes without discrimination, using a shared spoon to take only as much as they will eat. Through this process, we can see the spirit of equality and cleanliness of the 발우공양, as well as a consideration for others who have a meal together. After distribution of food hanging, it is time After completing the food distribution and hitting his 봉발개 and the got of thinking on the 5 contemplations, that is 오간 상념계. Five contemplations mean, first, where this food comes from. Second, how much merit did it take for this food to come to me? Third, may I be worthy to receive it? Fourth, may I renounce all the greed of my mind? Fifth, I take this food only to sustain my body and attain enlightenment. After reciting After this offering, we strike the bamboo stick 3 times, put our hands together and bow slightly before beginning to eat. First, we take a piece of radish or kimchi to use when wiping the bowl with boiled rice tea, sunyu. Wash it in the cold soup and place it in the bowl. While eating good and bad food, we are careful not to make sounds while chewing food or drinking soup, or making noises by clinking spoons or cracking against the bowls. During 발우공양, the movements of lifting the spoon and bowl, and the whole process of being fully aware of the taste of texture of the rice and side dishes are all part of 발우공양 way of eating that values life and the environment. 발우공양 that we set aside and use it to wipe down the bowl. And then we drink all the boiled rice. Now you're watching, I'm reading again. The Baru, which is one of the guilty equally through 발우공양, there is a strict order and method when performing 발우공양. All participants refrain from speaking and eat while reciting mantras to the rhythm of the bamboo stick and ruminating on the spirit and value of 발우공양. 절수상념계 means the water used to wash these bowls tastes like the sweet nectar from heaven. I give this to the hungry ghost so that all may be full. We wipe the water from the bowls and stack them back together as they were before. In this way, there is no need to wash the dishes separately in 발우공양. Thus, it is clean and environmental from beginning to end. Once you have finished reciting, you hold the bowls with both hands and stand up at the sound of the bamboo stick. And finish the 발우공양 by putting the bowls into the 발우 cabinet in an orderly manner. This simple food made with care as if offering down to Buddha himself, wild tribes, and etc. It is transferred to all the sentient beings of the Dharma realm in equality and purity through 발우공양. To monastics, food is not simply that which is eaten to satisfy one's hunger. It is medicine that sustains the body. It is life and energy for practice. 발우공양, which began with the Shakyamuni Buddha, contains the very spirit of being a monastic. Every time they lay out the bowls, the practitioners realizes the reason and purpose of life, live poor but honest and sharing.
얼른 여기를 씌워달라고. 네, 시작. 3,
김씨 어머
한 번 더 할게요. 3, 2, 1, smile. 네, 됐습니다. 거의 앞에